Today, we're unpacking a massive paradigm shift in the senior living industry, and honestly, the findings are absolutely fascinating. We're looking at precision over presence, the art of the focused tour. Now, if you've ever felt the pressure to show a prospective family literally every single square inch of your community, trust me, you're not alone. But here's the data-backed reality we're going to explore today. That comprehensive, exhausting community tour, it's actually losing. The research is super clear on this. Shorter, highly customized tours lead to significantly more move-ins. We're going to break down exactly why listening before showing is the highest leveraged change your admissions team can make and how you can rebuild your entire tour process for maximum conversion. Let's get into it. So I want you to really sit with this question for a second. When a family tours your community, what is the one thing they most want to know? Notice I didn't ask what they want to see, right? I asked what they most want to know. It creates kind of a knowledge gap, doesn't it? Because if you ask most senior living admissions teams this, the answer they inevitably give is all about what they plan to show. They'll say, oh, they want to know about our gorgeous dining room, the robust activity spaces, or the different room layouts. And right there, that assumption is exactly where the whole problem begins.
Which brings us to part one, the Great Tour Disconnect. To really understand why this disconnect happens, we need to dive into part two, inside the family's mindset. Think about the family walking through your front doors. They're usually in a state of pretty high emotional distress. They're scared about their aging parents' declining health. And honestly, they're probably feeling a profound sense of guilt for even considering moving mom or dad out of their home. So look at the clash happening here. The admissions team is operating in this enthusiastic features and amenities mindset, pointing out the shiny new chandeliers and granite countertops. Meanwhile, the family is completely consumed by a help me solve a crisis mindset. What they desperately need to know is just, will my parent be safe? Will they be cared for? Pointing out luxury amenities to a family quietly having a crisis doesn't comfort them at all. Actually, it alienates them. It makes them feel like you don't truly grasp the magnitude of this life-altering decision they're trying to make.
And that leads us straight to part three, the cost of exhaustive tours. This features-first approach, it's a profound business liability. Senior living sales expert Hoyle Coons has this incredibly sticky metaphor for it, the Gilligan tour. Just like the classic TV show, you take a family on what's supposed to be a straightforward 3-hour tour, but instead you drag them through every single corner of the community, and you ultimately leave them stranded in this massive sea of unprocessed information. By overwhelming them with endless features, amenities, and floor plans, you're leaving their core unspoken fears completely unaddressed. They show up anxious, they get absolutely pummeled with details, and they leave just as scared as when they walked in.
The crucial point here is found right in the data. Research published by McKnight Senior Living looked at this and identified the top 2 most impactful levers for improving your tour-to-move-in conversion rates. Number 1, customized tours. Number 2, quick follow-up response. Notice what's completely missing from this list. Better amenities. The research absolutely proves that it isn't the physical building that wins families over. It's the personalized experience of the tour itself, along with the speed and relevance of the follow-up. The financial imperative of getting this right is just massive. The industry average for tour-to-move-in conversion sits right around 29 to 34%, but top-performing communities, they're converting at 35 to 42%. Now, that gap might look like just a few percentage points on paper, but think about what that actually represents. If your community is running, say, 10, 15, or 20 tours a month, that conversion gap is a ton of lost revenue. It is literally the difference between struggling to maintain occupancy and having a wait list.
So how do we get into that top-performing tier? Welcome to part 4, the Discovery First Solution.
If the exhaustive Gilligan tour is the poison, a targeted 45-minute focused tour is the antidote. We have to completely flip the script, stop showing, and start discovering. Here are the 3 actionable steps of the discovery process. Step 1, sit down with the family before opening a single door. Seriously, do not start walking yet. Step 2, ask them what matters most to them and what brought them in today. Step 3, tailor the entire physical tour based solely on their answers. See, when you listen first, the family actually hands you the exact blueprint for the tour. They're telling you exactly which specific, unspoken fear you need to answer. So if they're terrified of mom falling at night, you don't go show them the library, you show them the safety features in the bathroom and introduce them to the overnight care staff.
Which finally brings us to part 5, the post-tour strategy. Excellent discovery on the front end, absolutely must be paired with rapid follow-through on the back end. Otherwise, all that hard-earned trust just evaporates instantly. This requires what we call a quick response formula. First up, you have to follow up the exact same day, not 48 hours later. Speed communicates care. Second, you got to reference a specific detail discussed during their visits. So if they mention their dad loves gardening, include a picture of your community's raised garden beds right in that email. And third, offer a really clear next step before they even walk out the door. A fast, highly specific response totally cements the trust you built during that customized tour. It proves you weren't just nodding along, you were actually listening to their crisis.
When a family leaves your community and says, I feel like they really understood what we were dealing with, well, everything changes. Because when you abandon the massive features dump and focus entirely on their specific crisis, they stop comparing your dining room to your competitors. Instead, they start asking, when can we move in? So I'll leave you with this. Take a hard look at your admissions process today. Are you still forcing families on an exhausting 3-hour Gilligan tour? Or are you finally ready to stop showing and start listening?